All right. Today I'm here with Jerry Okai. Jerry is Bitrefill's ambassador for Nigeria. I wanted to speak to Jerry about living on crypto in Nigeria. Jerry, how are you doing today?
Hey, Ricardo, I'm great. I'm feeling really great today. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for joining me. Um, Jerry, my first question isn't really Bitcoin related. Well, it's kind of Bitcoin related. But I wanted to know there's like crazy current events going on right now in Nigeria with the protests and the banks and the protesters actually using Bitcoin to fund their movement. Could you kind of explain what's going on for those of us that don't know?
Sure. In the past 2 to 3 weeks, Nigeria has been engulfed in massive protests across the country, um, predominantly in the southwest, southeastern region of Nigeria. And the protest is basically about the police brutality. For the past, in the last decade, there's been some great increase in the amount of police brutality, and most especially a unit of the police force called SARS, which stands for Special Anti-Robbery Squad. So they were set up to actually combat violent crimes in the region. I think 15 years ago, there was a surge of kidnappings, robberies, especially on the highways. So they set up the SARS unit to combat those kind of vicious, very, very violent crimes. So as time went on, they kind of like gave them some sort of autonomy to operate. They could go on. They didn't wear uniforms. They, had a very different, unorthodox approach to policing. And I, they seem as time went on, they started to abuse their power, and they became instead, just not targeting actual criminals, but innocent people. Um, Going as far as extrajudicial killings, torture of innocent people, extortion amounting to millions. So at this point, people felt like, especially right now, recently they've been targeting young people like myself, targeting people, extorting them, accusing them of cyber fraud. And it's been going on for far too long. And people just felt like, we've had enough and we are going to make our voices heard that this unit has to be scrapped. So, led to protests across Nigeria, and people said, as time went on, the police started, clamping down on protesters. So we started to band together by, making donations and contributions to ensure that we had to provide first aid for injured people, legal representation for those who might probably get arrested during the protest, um, and security, because at the point in time there were some thugs that are attacking people, so we had to some people we started having to look for a source for private security to safeguard the protesters. So that led to people throwing in contributions to help to support the movement basically. So the contributions went well over in USD conversion to as high as I think $200,000 in contributions. So the government decided, through the central bank, decided to block the accounts and block all donations coming in. So at that point, that's when Bitcoin became relevant in the struggle. And so people decided to convert their fiat to Bitcoin to send in donations. And Jack of Twitter came in and posted an article and posted a BTC Pay link, and the donations in Bitcoin grew. So I think that demonstrated the power of Bitcoin to, undermine um, difficult situations, especially when it comes to, finance.
Yeah, financial censorship. Okay. Wow,
Yeah.
that's an amazing summary of what's going on. Um, so because of this, like how familiar would you say the average Nigerian is with Bitcoin? Obviously now it's a lot more than it was like a month ago, but like is it still kind of like a fringe thing, or do a lot of people know about Bitcoin now?
It's gone way beyond being just a fringe idea or something that it's really become significant, especially among millennials like myself. A lot of young people are actively into crypto and the crypto industry as a whole. It's pretty popular. I think I would say at least I think maybe most might be an exaggeration, but I think at least 60% of young people in Nigeria, especially within the ages of probably 17 to 35, I've heard about Bitcoin.
Wow.
And let's say about 35 to 40% or 30% of that number have used Bitcoin at one point or the other. Then let's say 60 to 70% of that's breaking it down, of that same figure of people, number of people are still active, actively, trading, earning cryptocurrency one way or the other. So it's a pretty huge deal. Cryptocurrency, and especially Bitcoin, is 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 the future here. It's evident to see. So, and a lot of people are now paying close attention to it. So among young people, especially people within my age bracket, growing up, with Bitcoin and as a thing, it can only get bigger. So right now, it's actually a huge deal. It's a significant deal right now.
How easy is it for you to convert Bitcoin into Naira, like into cash money?
It's pretty so very easy.
Oh, okay.
With several um, applications and several different kinds of exchanges popping up. It right now I'd say it takes less than 10 minutes
Wow.
to
Okay.
convert Bitcoin to fiat.
Wow.
Yeah, it's actually super easy. Yeah.
Okay. Um, are there Nigerian businesses that accept Bitcoin?
Yeah. There's some of them that do accept Bitcoin. Not really the major brands, no, but some people. Let's see, like I said, Bitcoin is actually a thing. People are actually getting to know about Bitcoin, and people who use Bitcoin and do own businesses, you know, accept Bitcoin as a payment option. Due to the fact that it's very easy to convert Bitcoin to fiat, so it's not really a popular thing, using Bitcoin to pay when you can just use fiat instead. But there's some people, some merchants or some business owners who are who who understand Bitcoin, who are up to speed with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. They tend to accept Bitcoin. They have no issues accepting Bitcoin, but they are a very insignificant number of people. So it doesn't really register in scale, but they are there.
So what's like the way that people are trading? Are they using like exchanges that are regulated, or are they using peer-to-peer exchanges, or how are they acquiring Bitcoin?
Okay. So mining, I think we can strike out mining for the very obvious reason, which is we have a very epileptic power supply in Nigeria. So we all know that electricity is like the most significant factor when it comes to mining any kind of cryptocurrency. So we can strike that out. But then that leaves us with those who earn crypto and those who also earn crypto via working jobs or tasks between airdrops and stuff like that. And there are those who earn crypto via trading. Um, about I'd say about 90% of people who earn crypto do so by trading cryptocurrencies on platforms like Binance, Bittrex, Bitsy, and other exchanges like that. Where they flip, trade, speculate on various altcoins. Yeah, those make the bulk of the people who actually earn crypto, and and also you have to also consider people who do OTC trading. Those maybe I categorize them as traders. Then there are those who earn crypto, like myself, if you're working in the industry. So those are the main ways you can actually earn crypto.
You brought up the problems with electricity in Nigeria. Have you encountered anyone using a solar node like Chimenzi Chuta has talked about on Twitter?
Not exactly solar nodes. I know two people who work who actively work on crypto hardware in Nigeria. One is Tim. Is he knows. I think he's the first. No, he's not the first. I'm not sure. I think he's the first native Nigerian who's actively merged Bitcoin core PR. Okay. That's Tim Akimba. And he was the first person I know who actually ran a Bitcoin node in Nigeria. So I'm guessing he's the one you're talking about. So I think I remember him working on some solar panel powered node, Bitcoin full node. Then there is Chuta. Well, he was working on a Lightning node, and Lightning node on a Raspberry Pi. I think Chuta Chimeze, that's the other person. I think he was selling it in a box. He was working with, I think, Lightning, one of the Lightning labs, and collaborated with one of the Lightning labs, and selling Raspberry Lightning nodes in a Raspberry form. I can't remember much, but I think those are the only two people I know who will be running, any kind of nodes in Nigeria.
What's the government's attitude towards Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies? Are they legal? Are they regulated in any way?
The attitude right now, well, first of all, I'll say there's no legal framework for crypto. So it's not legal, it's not illegal. It's basically you're on your own. So, and now the approach is cautious. They are very cautious, taking a whole lot of time. Initially, crypto had a very bad, rep. When most people in Nigeria's first interaction with crypto were Ponzi schemes during the time of MMM and the billion coin, OneCoin. So I think that is the impression, to say first impression matters. So that is the impression government has had, about cryptocurrencies. There's always this proliferation there's always this affiliations of crypto with scams, one way or the other. Pay one Bitcoin and get 2 Bitcoin back, stuff like that. People will say, Bitcoin, even if they don't understand that Bitcoin was just a medium of exchange in that transaction, it wasn't the scam in itself. So, but once the impression is, I lost money, Bitcoin is a scam. So when people talk about Bitcoin, no, I lost money in Bitcoin. That is, that is the kind of impression they usually give. So government picked up, those signals and said, okay, since this is what people are experiencing with Bitcoin, we would not, give Bitcoin any form of, endorsement or support in any way. So what they did is basically just said, if you decide to trade cryptos, you are not, you're on your own, basically. So we would advise you not to trade crypto, but if you decide to trade cryptocurrencies with Bitcoin, then if anything goes wrong, we cannot protect you. We cannot do anything for you. So, but right now the tune has, started to change, and there's been lots of, meetings with the Securities and Exchange Commission in Nigeria regarding how to regulate, cryptocurrencies and, and Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So right now they've, been deliberating, and they've been releasing lots of memos regarding the use of cryptocurrencies. I think we're approaching the point where very soon cryptocurrencies will become fully regulated. But right now, there is no defined framework, legal framework for cryptocurrencies in the country. So, but right now they're being open-minded. So, but they're being very cautious. So, what I associate with the government stance now is being cautious.
What are the most useful Bitrefill gift cards for Nigerian Bitcoiners?
The most useful, from what I have seen personally, just MTN airtime refills. MTN internet data refills. Then there's, I think the most popular will be iTunes gift cards.
Okay.
iTunes, iTunes and Amazon vouchers.
Okay.
Those are the most popular I've seen from my experience. Then just mobile refills, MTN.
How easy is it to live on crypto in Nigeria? Is it possible to do it?
I'd say with Bitrefill, it's pretty easy, pretty convenient. You can literally, get almost anything that you want, using purchasing gift cards from Bitrefill, from internet data to, food, and you know, you can purchase gift cards and probably get a bunch of, gift cards, places where you can sell gift cards if you're looking for fiat so bad. That is, if you take out the exchanges in the equation. So it's pretty easy, really. Especially if you want to leave off, you want to leave under the radar. You can totally live on crypto. Bitrefill makes it super convenient. And I'm, talking from experience. I'm pretty 100% certain that I, speak for a lot of people. So it's pretty easy.
Is there anything that I haven't asked you that you'd like to let people know about living on crypto in Nigeria?
Um, well, I would say nobody taxes your crypto. I think that's a fun thing. So I think nobody taxes your gains or your income or whatever, however, taxes your crypto basically. So if you're living on crypto in Nigeria, you could, worry less about taxes. You don't have to worry about that. Um, it's what I say. I think I've pretty much covered almost everything there is to cover about living on crypto in Nigeria. It's super easy, super convenient. Um, I, it's a very blissful experience compared to most places. So I think living on crypto in Nigeria, I've using several apps like Bitrefill and exchange platforms. You can literally live on crypto so conveniently that you would you wouldn't you wouldn't tell the difference if you were living on fiat or you were living on crypto. So it's that easy. I've been working in the crypto industry for all my working career basically, and I've been living on crypto ever since. So I've really everything just been getting better and better since I started. So if if it's been quite easy then you can imagine how super easy it is right now. So there are no complaints.
Wow, that's amazing. Um, Jerry, thank you for doing the interview. Stay safe out there with all the hectic protests and stuff. And thank you for taking the time to answer my questions.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure, man. It's good to talk to you about crypto and living on crypto in Nigeria. Thanks for having me.